Have you ever heard of someone who has millions, yet no one knows anything about them? Of a man who doesn't flaunt his wealth or boast about it, but lives with freedom, peace, and financial stability? In this video, we'll reveal the secrets of the quiet millionaire, the person who built their fortune in silence, made unexpected decisions, and achieved true financial success. Stay with me until the end, because what you discover here might change your life forever. Chapter 1. The silence new money doesn't understand. A world where people shout about their wealth and announce their success at every turn, there exists another kind of person. People you won't see in magazines or chased by cameras, yet they possess fortunes beyond imagination. They are the quiet millionaires. But who are they, and why did they choose silence as their path to wealth? At the start of this chapter, the author describes visiting an upscale neighborhood in an American city. The houses were grand, the cars luxurious, but the surprise was that most of these people were buried in debt. All show, no substance. In contrast, he met a family living in a modest home, driving an ordinary car, not wearing designer clothes. Yet their bank accounts overflowed. These people chose the path of quiet. They don't spend to impress others. They save, invest, and build their wealth step by step, silently and confidently. The author adds, the quiet millionaire isn't swayed by societal pressure. They don't try to prove anything to anyone. They know the true value of money isn't in showing off. It's in freedom. Freedom from debt. Freedom from anxiety. Freedom from needing anyone's approval. This chapter ends with a question. Are you pursuing wealth for others or for yourself? Chapter 2. Why they stay hidden. You might wonder, why doesn't the quiet millionaire appear on social media? Why not buy a luxury car or flashy watches or talk about investments? Because quiet is a lifestyle, and because the first lesson of true wealth is you don't need to convince anyone you're rich. The author tells of a successful businessman named John. He owned a chain of profitable small businesses, but wore simple shirts and sat at the same cafe every morning. No one guessed he was a millionaire. When asked why he didn't buy an expensive car, he replied, I buy what serves my life, not what serves others' opinions of me. This lesson changed the author's life. The quiet millionaire doesn't seek attention. They seek results. Chapter 3. Wealth is a mindset, not an appearance. This chapter reveals a fundamental truth. Wealth doesn't start in the bank. It starts in your mind. The quiet millionaire's mindset is completely different from those dazzled by appearances. They make decisions based on numbers, not emotions, on the long term, not instant gratification. They see spending as a tool, not entertainment. Money as a means to freedom, not status. The author shares the story of Eliza, a businesswoman who started from scratch. Whenever she earned extra money, she didn't think, what can I buy? But how can I invest? Eliza says, I delayed pleasure to invest in my future. Now I live comfortably while others pay off debt. Chapter 4. Don't be a slave to your paycheck. Do you work only for a salary? Spend everything you earn the moment you get it? Feel trapped in an endless cycle? The author calls this modern slavery wrapped in luxury. He tells of Mark, who had a prestigious job and high salary, but owned nothing by month's end. All his money went to rent, loans, and restaurants. After reading about quiet millionaires, he changed his life entirely, moved to a smaller apartment, cut expenses, and started saving and investing. Within 5 years, he quit his job. His investment income now covered all his needs. Freedom doesn't come from a high salary. It comes from the right financial mindset. Chapter 5. Invest in simplicity. The author begins with a profound truth. Money loves silence and thrives in simplicity. The quiet millionaire doesn't complicate life. They build a simple yet powerful system. Take Dave. Every month, he allocated a portion of his income to savings and a small percentage to low-risk funds. He wasn't a stock expert or daily market tracker, but he was consistent. After 15 years, he had enough to retire at 50. Simplicity isn't poverty, it's smart living. The quiet millionaire understands this deeply. Chapter 6. The Long Game, Secret of Silent Wealth. In a world that glorifies instant results and get-rich-quick schemes, the quiet millionaire knows. The real game isn't speed, it's consistency. This chapter is about long-term vision. What matters isn't what you earn this month, but what you'll own in 10 years. The author shares Jesse's story, an ordinary tech employee with a modest salary, but one habit: investing 25% monthly since age 22. Progress was slow initially, but after years, his portfolio surpassed even high-earning friends. The secret? Time plus patience plus smart investing. The quiet millionaire doesn't chase luck. They build their empire quietly, step by step. They're chess players thinking 10 moves ahead. Chapter 7. Be the director, not the star. Fame is tempting, but the quiet millionaire ignores the spotlight. True power is forged behind the scenes. The author tells of Marie, who founded multiple successful companies but never gave interviews or had Instagram. When asked why, she said, "Every minute spent convincing people who I am is a minute not spent building what I want." This golden lesson echoes throughout the book. Silence creates space for focus, and focus creates wealth. The quiet millionaire cares about growing assets, not likes. Chapter 8. Buy time, not things. The author states, people think the rich buy cars, but the truth is the rich buy freedom. Here lies one of the quiet millionaire's greatest secrets. They spend money not to add burdens, but to reclaim ownership of their time. Daniel, the businessman, started small. As his money grew, he didn't buy a mansion. He hired a virtual assistant to organize his time, then an operations manager, then built systems generating income without his direct involvement. Result? He could travel, read, and be with family while his income flowed. Wealth isn't in possessions. It's in controlling your days. Chapter 9. Stay silent when everyone panics. This chapter highlights the quiet millionaire's greatest virtue: emotional discipline. When markets crash, people rush to sell. When they boom, they scramble to buy. The quiet millionaire stays silent. They know markets are like oceans, waves come and go. Those who build sturdy ships won't sink. Nathan, a successful investor, lived through the global financial crisis. While others sold stocks, he watched and waited, then bought low. When markets recovered, he profited enormously. The quiet millionaire isn't fooled by emotion. They listen to logic and strategy. Chapter 10. Stability first, then growth. You can't build a skyscraper on shaky ground. The quiet millionaire always starts with a solid foundation: financial stability. Before investing, risking, or starting projects, they ensure an emergency fund, steady income, and expenses far below earnings. Emma refused dozens of tempting investments until securing her stability. When she entered the market, she did so powerfully, never forced to sell during crises. Stability isn't the opposite of ambition. It's fuel for smart ambition. Chapter 11. Silent work, loud talk. In a world obsessed with empty posts and promises, the quiet millionaire walks a different path. Chris entered his office early and left late. He spoke little, showed off nothing, but over 7 years, he built a small digital empire. Deal by deal, step by step. When results came, he didn't need to announce them. Bank statements and outcomes spoke for him. The lesson? Productive silence is stronger than empty noise. Let your work shout while you stay quiet. Chapter 12. Discipline is the golden currency. You don't need genius. You need daily discipline. The quiet millionaire doesn't rely on inspiration. They rely on unwavering routines. Ryan, an average man with no fancy degrees, woke at 5 a.m. daily, read 30 minutes, then worked on his project for an extra hour before his job. After 3 years, he'd launched a successful business and built a $500,000 portfolio. Genius doesn't make you rich. Daily habits do. Chapter 13. Protect your focus like your money. Money isn't stolen easily, but focus is stolen every moment. The quiet millionaire knows their most valuable asset isn't their bank account. It's deep focus. Laura, an entrepreneur, spent her first 3 hours daily phone-free. No email, no notifications. She called this her golden zone, producing what others couldn't in a full day. This chapter offers practical techniques: the 30-minute focus block, 3x daily, phone-free zones, and anti-distraction systems. Wealth grows in the soil of focus. Chapter 14. Avoid luxury burnout. Beware luxury burnout. Working yourself to collapse in the name of success without strategy. The quiet millionaire isn't an exhausted worker running aimlessly. They work with focus, then recharge. Mike earned $200,000 per year, but suffered health collapse from relentless stress. After recovery, he adopted balance, scheduled rest, exercise, and sleep. His income doubled in 2 years, despite working less. Success isn't measured in hours, but in quality, which needs a healthy body and calm mind. Chapter 15. Habits, your gateway to wealth. If you want to be rich, adopt rich habits before you have money. This chapter is the book's core, transforming identity from I am poor to I think like the wealthy. Hannah was drowning in debt. She started with one habit, tracking every expense, then reading 10 pages daily on investing, then saving 10% of her income. Within 2 years, she was debt-free and launched her first online store. Big change begins with small, consistent steps. Chapter 16. Think like your life's CFO. Reprogram your relationship with money, not a spending tool, but a life management system. The quiet millionaire handles income like a CFO managing a corporation. Tom, a teacher with a modest salary, split every dollar into 4 funds. Essentials: growth, learning/investing. Emergency, fun/reward. After 5 years, he was debt-free, launched his own business, and became a financial advisor. If you don't manage money like a business, you'll never grow. Freedom begins with control. Chapter 17. Don't sell time, build assets. A harsh truth: selling only your time for money keeps you poor, no matter your salary. The quiet millionaire builds income streams that work while they sleep. Nora, a software engineer, earned well but saw her health declining. She started developing simple apps sold online. Within 2 years, one app earned more than her monthly salary. This chapter contrasts active income, requires your presence, and passive income, requires prior smart work. Books, digital products, courses, these are assets that enrich you gradually. Chapter 18. True freedom is freedom from opinions. This deeply emotional chapter addresses fear of judgment. Ollie faced ridicule when quitting his bank job for e-commerce. Family pressure, mockery, failure threats, but he persevered. 3 years later, he was among his city's top young earners online. Success isn't just financial, it's liberation. The quiet millionaire doesn't ask society's permission. Chapter 19. Invest in your mind first. Most think wealth starts with money. The quiet millionaire knows it starts with the mind. Mahmoud had a humble job, but allocated 20% of income to books, courses, and masterminds. He said, "Every dollar in my mind returns multiplied." When launching his venture, he had not just knowledge, but sharp insight, networks, and strategy. Wealth tomorrow is planted in your mind today. Chapter 20. Let mission attract money. One of the book's deepest chapters. The quiet millionaire doesn't work for money. They work for a mission greater than money. Rebecca started her e-learning venture not to get rich, but to fix education in her region. Passionate and sincere, she attracted partners and support, and wealth followed naturally. When your purpose is noble, money becomes a byproduct, not the goal. Chapter 21. Embrace boredom, the hidden secret. A key trait of quiet millionaires: enduring boredom. Jason invested small amounts monthly, a repetitive, unexciting process. After 10 years, his portfolio exceeded $300,000. Success isn't in sudden big wins. It's in continuing small actions without stopping. The quiet millionaire needs no constant motivation. They have discipline. Chapter 22. Make money your student, not master. Attack the toxic relationship with money. It's not a master to obey or a source of anxiety. It's a tool. The quiet millionaire bends money to serve goals. Laura earned well, but lived in constant fear of loss, enslaved by money. After reading, "You're rich when money is a tool in your hands, not a noose around your neck," she donated, invested, and took measured risks. She transformed from fearful to liberated and truly wealthy. Inner freedom precedes confident ownership. Chapter 23. The Digital Mindset. Infinite Opportunity. Today, the digital world is the quiet millionaire's playground. No need for huge capital, just an idea, internet, and digital courage. Kareem, from a small village, posted educational YouTube videos, then launched a $10 course. 3 years later, his monthly income came from thousands of students. The quiet millionaire leverages technology wisely. Channels, ebooks, digital stores, all silent wealth builders. Chapter 24. Show results, not goals. Value privacy in your success journey. The quiet millionaire rarely shares plans. They work silently, then surprise with results. Salim decided to launch a startup, but told only his wife. For 2 years, he worked quietly amid friends' mockery. In year 3, he secured funding from a major firm. Share dreams with supporters. Hide them from skeptics. Let success speak. Chapter 25. Simple life, free mind. A revelation. The quiet millionaire lives simply, keeping their mind light and emotions balanced. They chase value, not appearances. Joel, a millionaire, lived in a small home, wore simple clothes, ate plainly, but in boardrooms he commanded. He didn't need to show wealth. His confidence made external validation irrelevant. Simplicity equals control. Chapter 26. Walk slowly, but never stop. In a world obsessed with speed, the quiet millionaire reclaims a forgotten virtue: long-term patience. Marcus started building side income at 40, later than peers who lost momentum. He wasn't fastest, but most persistent. By 50, he outturned them all. Not genius, steadiness. Marathons aren't won in the first kilometer. Chapter 27. Quiet is strategy, not weakness. Is quiet weakness? The author shatters this myth. Eva, a businesswoman, spoke little in meetings, deemed marginal. During a crisis, her decisive action saved the company. Her quiet wasn't shyness. It was focus, observation, planning. The quiet millionaire moves like a sniper, silent, precise, then stunning results. Chapter 28. Separate self-worth from net worth. A common error, linking personal value to possessions. The quiet millionaire knows losing money doesn't mean losing worth. Daniel lost his fortune in an economic crisis, but didn't crumble. He rebuilt and returned wealthier. Why? He defined himself by character and resilience, not bank balance. Money comes and goes. Here is true wealth. Chapter 29. When actions speak louder. The quiet millionaire's core secret. Focus on doing, not boasting. A young man dreamed of e-commerce wealth but skipped flashy logos and social media announcements. He worked silently. Year 1, little profit. Year 5, a key industry name. Many talk, few achieve. The rarest? Those silent and achieving. Chapter 30. The silence that builds trust. In a screaming world, the quiet millionaire stands firm. No shouting, no showing off. Why? Real trust isn't created by words, but by consistency. The author's friend, a low-profile businessman, became everyone's crisis go-to. Why trust? He always delivered, often exceeding promises. Quiet signals reliability. No constant explanations imply confidence. No arguments imply certainty. When you speak sparingly, every word holds weight. If you enjoyed this deep, inspiring content, support us by subscribing to Mindful Reads channel and turning on notifications. We're preparing more treasures of knowledge that could transform your life.